the destructive interference, and my fringes will get shifted. Similarly, the refractive index of any of the gas can also be determined using the Michelson interferometer. Now, to improve the efficiency of this interference, another interferometer which is also known as an etalon is the Fabry-Perot etalon. The basic difference between the Michelson interferometer and the Fabry-Perot etalon is this, that in Michelson interferometer two beams gets interfere, whereas there is the interference of the two beams, whereas in case of the Fabry-Perot etalon we have the multiple reflection of the beam, of the same beam, and hence we get the much clear or the visible or the sharp images of the fringe, and hence we will be able to measure even a accurate or the small change of the shifting of the fringes. If we look at the figure for the Fabry-Perot etalon, the etalon is the assembly made up of two lenses, L1 and L2, which are silvered or coated with the aluminium on the front side of it, due to which whatever light is incident on the L1 lens will get reflected. 75% of the light gets reflected and 25% gets transmitted. Similarly, whatever is reflected at L1 surface, front surface of the L1 will goes on the L2 lens and will gets reflected from the L2. And as you can see in the figure, the many beams will go and make the parallel through the lens, and we will be able to get the multiple beam interference in case of the Fabry-Perot interferometer. Why do we call it a etalon, or which part of this interferometer is known as the etalon? The assembly of the two lenses L1 and L2 is together, which are fixed at a particular distance. We can call it a D, or whatever we want to keep, we can keep it as a constant, and this assembly of the two lenses coated heavily in the front faces and kept at a small distance apart is known as the etalon. As we have discussed, now the separation or the distance of the lenses can be varied maximum up to 20 centimeter, and hence we will be able to make a very sharp changes using the Fabry-Perot etalon. Now again, it is a type of interferometer. So if you look at the application of it, whatever we are able to find out or measure with the help of Michelson interferometer, similarly we will be able to measure with the help of Fabry-Perot etalon also, but additionally the smallest change which are not able to measure with the help of Michelson interferometer are possible with the help of Fabry-Perot etalon. The another applications, that if we have the many polychromatic source where we have the large number of wavelengths, there also we can find out the wavelength as well as the small change in the wavelength can be measured. Nowadays, as we know that as a source of light we are using the laser beam, so with the help of our Fabry-Perot etalon we are also able to select a single wavelength, and we can use this Fabry-Perot etalon for the optical spectroscopy. This is all about our different two types of interferometers. In general, the principle of the two is the interference, and for the accuracy and the proper measurement, it is required that the interference of the two or the more beams will be depending upon the most important part, the path difference between the two or the phase difference between the two, and unless for the clarity or the accurate measurement or the clear visibility of the fringes, it is required that the sustained constructive and the destructive interference should take place, and we will be able to get the complete or the full maximum intensity bright and the zero intensity dark fringe pattern. That is how this is useful for the different application.
Sandhan, All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.